Hello, I'm Dr. Megan Moe. Most of my students call me Doc Moe, and I am going to be your professor for web page design. Let me tell you a little bit about myself so that we can get to know each other, and I'll hear about you when you post an introduction within Moodle. But first of all, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've been at Lee since 2005. I teach communication and advertising courses, and web page design comes in as a part of that because most businesses have some type of web presence, and it becomes important for advertising professionals to understand why do consumers go visit web pages? What do they want to see? What do they need to see? And we have to be specialists in understanding about web pages. And so that is how I came into learning web design and teaching it to students. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about myself here. So, professor of communication. I have a PhD from Penn State, and I have a very obscure dissertation topic when I was working on my doctorate: Nicaraguan feminist dialectical theater. Yes, if you ever want to talk about it, let's go have coffee. But it's from a really interesting point of time in which theater was used as a social activism tool. And for instance, there were very few rights that women had in Nicaragua just 30, 40 years ago, in which women were often weren't allowed to purchase property in some parts of the country. And if there was ever a divorce, women would not have custody of children because the children belonged to men. So anyways, it was a different world in the United States at that time, but theater was used as a tool to enlighten people and help them understand what was happening in other parts of the world. Anyway, so long topic, a lot to talk about, but let's not keep talking about it. I mentioned I'm an advertising professor. I have students who've been working on advertising projects, and they regularly win awards. And here's a couple pics of students who have won awards. Always so proud of them and the work that they do. Also, I do a lot of global perspectives trips. Just in here, you'll see we have a picture from Mars Hill in Greece, a picture in Morocco riding camels, and in Australia. I love it whenever I take a trip with communication and digital media students. I always get pictures of them taking pictures. And on the bottom, I have students who are in Ukraine. We were in Ukraine, I think around 2016, which was in between the Orange Revolution and before Russia invaded Ukraine. So we had a short period of time of peace when we were there. The middle bottom picture is from, I believe it's from Argentina, and I led a Chile and Argentina trip years ago. And the last picture is from Greece as well, in which some students and one of my daughters and I are getting a fish pedicure. The fish nibble on your feet, and I just thought that was such a fun experience with students. Anyways, that's a little bit about my life at Lee as a professor, but I thought I'd also quickly introduce you to my family. And I have 3 children. They're all adults. I have Nathaniel, my oldest, who is a TV technical director at a TV station in Virginia. I have my oldest daughter, Emma, and Emma is a corrections officer at a juvie facility, and there's her husband, Val. Then my youngest is Caroline, and she is a lab dissection manager at the University of Florida. So she does all sorts of things with animal bones. This is a picture of us in France, in which we went to France specifically to go to this museum, which had the largest paleontological exhibit in the world, I think. So that's pretty cool. I also have some animals that I consider part of my family. I have my dog, Missy Marple. She's a golden doodle. She's a rescue, and she is the most lovely, loving dog. And my cat, Lily. Lily is, if I'm thinking am counting correctly, I think Lily is 17 or 18 years old this year. And so she's older, but she is a sweet, sweet cat who likes nothing better than to be in my lap. I have two grand pets, my grand dog Xena, that belongs to my youngest daughter, and my grand cat Delilah, who belongs to my oldest daughter. And of course, my son is holding his grand cat Zeke. And so that's just a little bit about my family. As I end this getting to know me video, I just want to share one thing with you that I think I'll probably repeat, that I find in this class you're going to come across one particular frustration that's going to drive you nuts. And that's going to be that you are going to see all sorts of tutorials that I've created. I think we have somewhere over 50 videos that I've created for teaching web design. But you're going to see this tutorial, this video that's been created, and it's not going to be exactly right. So you're going to be watching it and you're going to be trying to follow directions on exactly how to do something. And I tell you what, in web design, changes are made on a weekly basis in programs. So two of the major programs we're working in, Figma and WordPress, they have major changes all the time. So a video will be correct one day, and the next day, not so much. What I do is I will create a new video to show you where the new tools are. So you follow the basic steps that are in this older video, but you'll see now the buttons on the left-hand side instead of on the right. It's now at the top of the page instead of at the bottom. And we'll get through it, but there's no way I can redo 60 videos every semester, every time there's a change made. And actually, that's, sometimes there'll be 3 changes that are made in the same semester on the same type of program. So you can prepare for that. One of my strengths here is that I just we roll with it. We learn how to problem solve anyways, even though the video might have some different layouts than what you'll see, but it's okay. We'll get through it together. Last thing I want you to know is that I do have Zoom office hours that I will be having this semester. I will be meeting on Tuesdays from 1 to 3, and I'm just going to open up the Zoom room, and I will be there at all times. And let me just come back to where I'm looking at you. And so I will be in that Zoom room at all times, although I might not be looking at it. So if you come in and you don't see me in the Zoom, go ahead and, "Hey, Doc Moe," and call out to me so I can hear you, and then I can come back to my computer and get involved in your Zoom session. Now, if you're an on-campus student, you are welcome to stop by my office whenever you'd like. If my door is open, you are welcome to come in and talk. But we can also set appointments, and appointments go for both on-campus and online students. I'm happy to meet with you outside of my regular office hours, and we can meet via Zoom. And I can share a screen with you, and there's lots that we can accomplish when we're sharing a screen together. So don't feel shy about reaching out for me if you need some individual help. I'm here for you. So we got this. We're going to do this. We're going to have a website at the end of it. It's going to be cool. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to working with you in the class. God bless.